I want my mom to get the justice that she deserves.
2 days after Kara Brawley turned 1 year old, her mother Bridget was found dead in this house fire on South Main Street in Hannibal. The Missouri State Fire Marshal's office classified the fire as arson. Hannibal police classified Bridget Brawley Starner's death as a homicide. No one was ever convicted of the crimes.
It's never really closed. No, not until someone is arrested or we come to some other conclusion to close it.
Lieutenant John Zerbonia says time can be a detriment.
The longer it remains unsolved, the harder it is to solve.
Kathy Needham worked in law enforcement for 17 years. The retired investigator read the entire case file cover to cover.
In my opinion, I really think that there were no more than 2 people involved, because whenever you have more than 2 people involved in any crime, usually somebody says something to somebody and word gets out, it gets spread, and you would get leaks and you could solve your case.
These 2 sisters still have not given up hope in finding answers.
I believe that even though we didn't get the justice that we feel like we deserve, they didn't get punished. I feel like, they were punished in their own way, and that's God's way of handling it. That's my opinion.
But Lieutenant Zerbonia wants families to know that his department never gives up on open cases.
Anytime there is a case that goes unsolved, the police department does whatever they can to try to solve those cases, because we're not just police officers. We have families. We're human beings just as like everyone else, and we understand what they're going through.
Many of the persons of interest listed in this case file are deceased, but Bridget's 3 children aren't giving up.
I believe my mom's talking to me. I believe that she wants the justice too. I mean, she is a somebody, and her case, she's important to us.
When you think of the best stand-up comedy in the country, Chicago, LA, and New York City probably come to mind. But a new London, Missouri agency is now on a top 30 list of best comedy agents in the country. I met with the 2 men who started Laughter Has No Color for tonight's Spirit of the Tri-States Report, brought to you by Continental Cement and Green America Recycling.
Wife, she calls me. I sent her a text message, but don't call me no more.
It took St. Louis area resident Vernon Davis, also known as Longhorn the Comedian, years to find his comedic voice.
Well, I realized that I'm not really urban. I'm from Texas. I'm a military bred. I lived all over, so I have friends of all nationalities. And the more you get into comedy, the more I pull from my life experiences, I realize I'm not an urban comic. I'm more of everybody's comic. So therefore I took urban comedy, mainstream comedy, blue-collar comedy, put them all together.
Richard Elson-Peter represents more than 50 performers through Elson-Peter Productions out of New London. He saw Vernon perform at a winery in Barry, Illinois about 10 years ago.
What really struck me was the message behind the comedy.
I'm able to teach people one message, which is the name of our company, Laughter Has No Color, is that I'll stop my show and I'll say, look, let me show y'all something. Have y'all noticed that we've been in here and we have been laughing together? We've been enjoying each other's time. So therefore, if we can laugh together, then that means we can definitely live together, because laughter has no color.
Richard decided he wanted to start a comedy division of his company and asked Vernon to be his business partner. The 2 men are also military veterans.
And I always have somebody come up to me after the show and go, yeah, that's what I learned from you tonight, that laughter has no color, that we can do anything if we can laugh together.
Laughter Has No Color represents diverse comedians such as Brett Eastburn, who has no arms or legs. His message of overcoming any obstacle has taken him across the world for performances. Squishy Man's grandfather was a knight of the KKK while his dad was a member of the Black Panther Party. He speaks of growing up multiracial during a time when neither race accepted him. And Mother Katrina Brown shares her experiences as a wife, mother, and aging woman.
It doesn't matter what color, it doesn't matter what nationality, it doesn't matter what race, it doesn't matter what gender you are. Funny is funny. We can just sit down together and be a family and laugh together.
I'm a preacher's kid. My mom was an evangelist.
GoodDeedSeats.com ranked Laughter Has No Color in its top 30 list. You can find the other agencies that made that national list right now at KHQA.com. Ben Train told a judge Friday morning that he is determined to prove his innocence. His arrest comes after sexual abuse allegations surfaced between staff members and students at Midwest Academy. According to this court document, Train is accused of holding counseling sessions with female students, which included body image therapy. That therapy involved asking female students to undress and stand in front of a mirror to discuss what aspects on their body they didn't like or felt comfortable with. This is video from January 2016 when the Iowa Department of Criminal Investigations asked parents to pick up their children from Midwest Academy immediately and close the alternative school. The former Midwest Academy is located north of Keokuk, Iowa, behind these trees. A no trespassing sign is now in place to keep everyone off the property. Train is now behind bars in the Lee County Jail on $500,000 cash-only bond. During Friday's court appearance, he asked the court to lower his bond, saying he does not feel he's a flight risk. Train explained that he left his family vacation in Utah when he learned about the warrant for his arrest and drove more than 20 hours to Lee County to turn himself in. Train told the judge Friday morning, quote, "I've lived in the area the last 14 years, and I've tried to save kids from drugs," end quote. Train no longer lives in Keokuk. The Iowa Department of Public Safety issued this news release Friday stating that Train's arrest comes after a joint investigation among several law enforcement agencies and the Iowa Attorney General's office.
This is an active manhunt in Rawls County, Missouri, in the area near routes V and T. This has been developing over the last hour, and that's where we now find KHQA's Raja Maples live on location. Raja, what are you learning right now from officials on scene?
David, I'm at Flint Hills Road and Route V is in Victor in Rawls County, where I can tell you that everybody is safe tonight, including the man that law enforcement has been looking for the past hour and a half. We have some good news to report, and joining me now is Rawls County Chief Deputy Ron Ha to tell you what transpired and what we know right now. Thank you for joining us, Chief Deputy. Tell me the situation. I know it started at around 8:30. Tell me what happened and where the situation stands right now.
Well, our deputies received a call and were dispatched to a suicidal subject on the corner of Route Teton and B Victor.
Tonight, a victorious day for Democrats in New Jersey, Virginia, and New York City, where the party comes out a clear winner in some very key races. Our top story tonight, Democrats prevail in 2 key governor races and New York City's mayoral race on this election day. Former Wall Street banker Philip Murphy was voted New Jersey's 56th governor, replacing Governor Chris Christie, who did not seek re-election. Cuts could be looming for tri-state airports. I'm Raja Maples live at Quincy Regional Airport to show you what that would mean for our area straight ahead.